Dave Rubin is out in Los Angeles. What is it like in California today?
Glenn, you see this?
Yeah, I do.
This is a big smile,
Yeah.
Glenn. We're gonna be okay, Glenn. Everything's gonna be okay.
Well, let's not count our chickens until they've actually hatched.
Okay, let's cool up on the chickens. I get it. But I will tell you this. How's everything in Los Angeles? Well, I was just over at the Daily Wire studio and I was driving home. I saw you on there. I'm driving home and I park and I get out of my car and I hear the YMCA blasting from my neighbor's house.
You hear
I
what
did not know
blasting?
that my neighbor, the YMCA, the song, the YMCA, and you know, that's the Trump theme song. Which, you know, he's always doing his little his little Trump dance too.
Yeah.
And I did not know my neighbors. There you go.
Yeah.
Something good is happening. I think we avoided the catastrophe that we've been talking about. We still got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
But it's looking good. And if nothing else, even if it all goes horrifically awry right now, it still would prove that the pollsters were wrong in so many ways because it's way closer and everything else. And this is just another blow to the mainstream media. It's great for people that want the truth. And as you said, to watch people that put their biases out there, that put their truth out there and then say, hey, if you like it, let's do this. And if you don't, you can watch something else, but we're not going to try to brainwash you. And I think the masses are waking up, and that's beautiful.
So, Dave, you know, you were part of the system, and I don't want to keep bringing this up. I'm not doing it in a bad way. I admire you for having, I mean, it takes a special individual, a very courageous individual, to reevaluate their entire life and everything they think they know and go, gee, I think I might be wrong. Pursue that and then act on that. So I don't bring this up as a negative. But you were part of the Young Turks for a while before you woke up. These guys are capable of anything. I mean, it was Sank or Jank or whatever the hell his name is that came up with the Justice Democrats or was instrumental in that. These are, well, they're the Young Turks. Look it up. You'll understand how diabolical they would could possibly be. This isn't going to be over. They're not going to just go away.
No.
What happens next if Donald Trump wins?
Yeah. Well, first off, you know, I'm very pleased and happy, and I guess sort of, well, it gives me a great amount of satisfaction that I did come from that world because I know what that thing is. And the reason that I've kind of been ahead of the curve in the last couple of years on a lot of this stuff is because I did see it coming. So I don't take that as a knock in any way. You know, I did think one thing and then I learned to think something else. And that is what being a human.
I only say that because people still will say, oh, you're the guy who called Barack Obama a racist. And I used to say, yes, but it was misstated at the time. Now I say, yeah, I said he was a racist, and I immediately said, well, that's not the right word. He just has a hatred for the white culture. And that was even worse at the time. But it turns out I'm exactly right, that there is on the left a hatred for the American culture, especially anything that has to do with whites. So I understand changing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is a hatred of the founding of this country, of what this country is all about. They want us to be like the countries that most of our forefathers fled from to come here because we are a nation of immigrants, and everyone from your, whatever it is, great-grandparents to my great-grandparents or whoever it is came from something that was much more like a socialist country that they would like to turn us into than what America has become. But I would say this, assuming Trump wins at this point, the moment that we've all known that the left was going to have, the battle of, are you going to just rip off the mask and be socialists, which is what I think will happen now. Now they will throw away any pretense of being Democrats or moderates or anything else, because the base is going to say, and they'll be right in a weird way, the base is going to say, you see, look what we did. We ran 77-year-old Joe Biden to sort of smuggle these ideas in, and we lost. So now let's just rip the mask off. Let's be socialists. Let's be communists, Marxists, whatever you want to call it at this point. And then that will be the future of the party. And what will happen, and I've been saying this for a long time, and I think this election probably proved it, is that the wide tent will be on the right. The wide tent will be a truly diverse, interesting group of people. But Glenn, I got to show you something. I got a prop, my friend, because, I was on the Young Turks. And could you imagine only 4 years later, a man would have
Are you putting it
one
on?
of these.
Are you going to put it
the hair's
on?
looking really good tonight.
Okay, I know. I have those days too where like, I'm not putting a hat on this. I mean, this came out perfect today for some reason. I've got a prop.
I'll put it on at the end of my live stream.
I have a prop for you. Look behind me, and can you guess what that is?
My monitor here is a little blurry, so I can't quite make it out. I can't quite make it out.
It is I bought it years ago. It is a voting booth.
Oh, is that an old? Oh, yeah.
It is a voting booth from the county with all of the problems of the hanging chads in the year 2000 from Florida.
Oh man, that's like one of those crazy ones with the punch thing, and
yeah.
Here was God.
Here was the little punch card is right here, and you'd put it in just like that. Then you'd take this thing and you would have to punch out the chads just like that. That's what caused the problems in 2000. Do you think that we are going to see this kind of a problem this year in Pennsylvania or any place that they can possibly pull that?
Well, look, I don't think that there's anything that would be too crazy or extreme either for the mainstream media or from these Democrats, these at least so-called Democrats for now. They're going to call themselves something different pretty soon. They kept saying democratic socialists when in essence they were socialists. And it's like, guys, just be who you are. That's all we're asking. It doesn't sound like there's been any major issues with voter fraud. There was some stuff with people on lines. We heard a couple things with mail-in ballots and that kind of stuff. I suspect if what I'm seeing right now, according to what I'm looking at, is going to bear out, I mean, they won't have much of a leg to stand on.